Alright, y'all, this Big Ace coming from the Chi-Town, Chi-Town, Chi-Town. I'm about to go in again on this guy, Unsleeved Media. I was subbed to him as late as earlier today, and I didn't notice it, and I really, must have not been paying attention. But see, this is what you call bad YouTubing, far as may or may not been getting punched on. I know I've been subscribed to both of these guys' show, Purple and the guy he's talking about. But this is what happens when you talk shit behind the internet and think that somebody's not going to get you. Listen, I'm not, big up in nobody that hit somebody that worked on YouTube or anything like that. What I'm saying is, I think when you say things to a certain degree about people, people will respond with very different ways of doing things. And unless you really saying what you really believe in your heart and you really ready to chuck it in right there, you got to be careful about what you say. And it's not nice to say that in the PC world, just like everybody get mad at Trump for calling LeBron James ignorant. Well, we about to see here an example of just you see it. Watch what happens.
Well, it would appear that another Magic the Gathering YouTuber, MTG Purple, friend of the channel, also known as the Magic Historian, was just attacked, assaulted, while live streaming. I don't believe this was politically motivated or any type of relationship type motivation, just a fucking asshole on the street. I'm going to show you the video, so hopefully we have a chance of finding this person. Details will, I'm sure, fill up the...
Okay, let me first say this. He got punched on when he went to this concert in Indiana, and it wasn't cool. Dude attacked him from behind, but instead of fighting the guy, he filed the report, which a good citizen would, and dude continued to assault the patrons and the establishment or whatever. And he's another guy that's been on YouTube. And, I don't never endorse a sneak attack or anything like that. But sometimes when you say controversial things, it happens to everybody. And it shouldn't happen at all, be honest with you. But that goes back to, like they say, sticks and stones will break your bones, words will never hurt. Well, right after they said that, Olivia Newton-John came out and said, words can hit as hard as a fist. And it used that slogan to push child abuse and some other stuff back during the 80s. And the reason why I bring that up is this is here. Watch what's happening and how everybody feel like they're so big or whatever that somebody won't just, touch them. And this is why, you got to work out a little bit more. And I tell you about the story about Purple and me. I tell you, it's kind of funny.
The comment section down below, and thankfully he has friends and his own platform to share more details. He's okay from what I can tell. He's already reported it to the police. I doubt he's going to be able to remember what this guy looks like, so let's take a look at the footage.
I'm talking to my live stream, bro. I'm not sure 100% what's going on.
Now, if you watch this and if you pay attention, he looked at dude and he moved around and he said he was live streaming. Now, he looked at where dude was. Now they're walking back, and this is how it leads up to it. I'm gonna let you watch it, but this is fair use, y'all. Fair use. Big Ace, Chi-Town, Chi-Town, Chi-Town.
Going on, boys? Well, whatever. Oh. don't have a camera on your face. I am recording myself on the park bench.
Watch what happens.
Ow! Fucking mouth off my fucking butt.
Okay, let's stop it right there. One thing for sure is if you're going to say something, you make sure you face them and you say it. This is what I talked about 110-pound guys. If you would have been facing them, you would have had the option of outrunning that fat guy that hit you in the head. 2, you never talk shit to nobody in response to when you doing something live. You know what I'm saying? You be more humble and just, let it go. You don't even know he could have been a fan of yours. And let me tell you about my situation with Purple. Now, I was a subscriber of his. I commented on this thing. We talked. I seen him live. I was kind of feeling him. He was one of those guys that was like an anarchist. You know what I'm saying? He talks about things and he brings people to the thing and he backs up what he says. As far as that. And I was trying to get him to talk a little bit political, and sometimes he would, sometimes he wouldn't, because I want to know if it's really worth my investment, because I had only been playing 3 years, and, well, I think I'm up to 4 years now, but I like the game, and, if it ain't don't go nowhere and you're an insider or whatever, I need to know, because I don't want to invest, and, I'm not trying to have a $3,000 deck, so I like to play, but I like to play. So, it's really wild. You know what I'm saying? And I was talking to him, and the same day he made the video of Teferi saying the word nigga, he went live, and he was talking about how it freaked out everybody and this and that. And I was on his live stream, and he started talking about this guy's wife in the most disrespectful way live. And I was like, wow, the balls. And dude came at me real rough and this and that. I was just saying, man, Purple got some balls to talk about another man's wife. Well, he's like, well, you know what I'm saying? I meant to have him blocked because, I didn't, and he's just going in on this guy balls. And then before I found out he just blocked me for a time period or something, I was like, you know what? I ain't even got to fuck with him. I can just leave him the fuck alone. And that kind of arrogance right there towards somebody, like I say, I play Magic. You know what I'm saying? That could have turned me the fuck off for life. This guy always reporting the bad news on the shit. And, like I say, that's the bullshit I'm talking about. And I just don't want to be NFL TCG. So, let's hear him say it, and then we don't rewatch this, y'all.
Now, unfortunately, since he was live streaming, it is super grainy. I've tried to zoom in, zoom out all I can. It just looks like shit. What I know is this guy is a fucking pussy, just like somebody else I know, coming up behind somebody and attacking them like a true hero. I know he went to the police. I'm sure he ran away like the hero that he was. And I hope that everything's okay with you, Perp. And here's what I'm hoping we can do. Here's what I think, all right?
Okay.
If the weaponized autism of the internet...
Okay. Let's stop right there. We don't go back and watch him just hit him in the head again and everything leading up to it. I'm going to rewind it, and we're going to see what happens to Purple, and what led up to it, and then we're going to talk about it a little bit. Then I'm going to ask you for your comments at the bottom. All right, this is Big Ace. Shot out, shot out, shot out. Well, as the Marvels was editing, I don't really, edit. Mine is rough like Tupac, and
It just looks like shit. What I know is this guy is a fucking pussy, just like somebody else I know, coming up behind somebody and attacking them like a true hero.
Okay, here we go. Yeah.
I'm talking to my live stream, bro.
Alright, let's check it out. Now, see, right then and there, he should have been watching them guys and been doing his show, watching wherever they was at.
I'm not sure 100% what's going on, boys. But whatever.
See?
Oh.
See, right then and there, he should have said, I'm so sorry, you know what I'm saying, or been on some kind of thing where he said, right here, he's like, hey, dog, we walking by you. And see, this is what happened when you're an arrogant piece of shit, okay? When you think you know the rules, they know the rules, and you don't talk shit with somebody with your back turned. This is totally his fault. You know, I'm sorry. I got to call it like it is. When he played the thing with the nigga, hey, I supported him. Hey, I got to tell you when you're right, when you're wrong. And this is where he was wrong at. They said coming by you, okay? They understood you was on your live stream. Dude got, obviously, he's going to see right now, he's going to get pissed because you sassing this old lady. Now, if you turned around and approached them, and while you on live stream, keep the camera facing off of them, on you still, so just in case, you know what I'm saying, they get all snippy, whatever, you say, hey, I'm sorry, man, I'm purple. I do this live stream at this time through the part, woo, woo, woo. Hey, I'm so sorry if I offended you or anything. I was just, you know, like I say, hey, no need, it's just a misunderstanding. Do you play Magic? Here's a fucking deck, you know, and maybe turn some people around, you know what I'm saying, but hey, let's see it go. Check it out. Y'all about to see it.
I don't have a camera on your face. I am recording myself on the park bench. Ow! Fucking unlocked my fucking rod.
Now,
Unfortunate.
Now, that motherfucker was definitely out of shape, and really, he kicked him, and a good shin bone across the head you wasn't expected will hurt. But again, facing who you talking to, the understanding of eye contact when you having a discussion is very relevant. So that could have just saved your life. Dude could have just came up and just slit your throat. So, again, I'm not saying he deserved to get his ass kicked, but this is what happened, man. You know what I'm saying? You get your ass out there, you get to talking that shit, and you realize you're not immortal. You know what I'm saying? This is not Highlander. You know? There cannot only be one. You know what I'm saying? You have a right to your opinion, they have a right to their opinion. But when it breaks down from that, and you got to put them up, and you a 110-pound weakling, hey, good luck with that. You know what I'm saying? The things I say, I'm willing to die for, and I believe in, and that's how serious I take it. So that way, I'm always authentic. I'm very original, and this is why I have such a beef with him. Just like I say, here you go, you know. Let's just watch it all the way through. You know what I'm saying? Just you know, you judge that. This way. This is fair use, y'all. Fair use. Y'all can see what happened. You know, see what led up to it. You know, and you know, see what happened again.
Footage.
I'm talking to my live stream, bro. I'm not sure 100% what's going on, boys. But whatever. Oh, okay. I don't have a camera on your face. I am recording myself on the park bench. Ow! Fucking unlocked my fucking rod.
Now, unfortunately.
Now, I'm gonna say this. After looking at it for like the third or fourth time, um, it's like, wow. I want to see it one more time, and it's just, it's like you understand it if you see it. You just got to watch it a few times. This is a man protecting his woman. I'm kind of glad it only ended like this, but I'm sorry. He got him with the toe. I thought it was the shin or something across the face, but it was unexpected. But on my mama, dog, I would have got up and mocked his ass. Because he's a fat fucker. Once I seen he was a fat fucker, I would have got on his ass, dog. On the real. I would have picked up something or did something. Even if I was his size. But he's like 6'3" and 110 pounds. You know what I'm saying? That's on you, man. Start eating more than cheese. You know what I'm saying? But let's watch it one more time, man. Because, by no means do I support this. But, this goes to show you the arrogance of the people that we watch, and the stupidity. I would never, ever let nothing like this happen to me, especially in a setting like this. And I'm on live.
Let's take a look at the footage.
I'm talking to my live stream, bro. I'm not sure 100% what's going on, boys. But whatever. Oh, okay. I don't have a camera on your face. I am recording myself on the park bench. Ow!
Fucking round off my fucking rod.
Now, unfortunately, since...
Alrighty, then. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. When you in a public setting, you're supposed to be around. You're supposed to be aware of your surroundings, man. And it's just taking that your safety is guaranteed. I know we ain't in Shanghai, but wait, we live in America, where maybe a couple of years, maybe 150 years ago, the vice president went out and popped somebody in the head, and they called it a duel. Come on now. I mean, that's on you not to protect yourself. You walk around with these headphones on, and maybe it's me because I live in Chicago or what have you, and I ain't with that, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't walk around. You a target when you do that kind of stuff. I'm going to be cognizant. I'm looking around, seeing what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Hey, sometimes peace means having the bigger stick. You know what I mean? That's just how that go. So I wish Purple all the best in the world, but you know what I'm saying? Like I told you, my story with him. And it was just, like I say, man, I just stopped fucking with him after that, dog. It was no need to, block me or whatever, dog. You the one talking about that man mama, man. I mean, talking about that man wife. I'm like, man, dude, you got to set the balls on you, dude. And, I mean, he was talking he talked about that guy motherfucking wife, man. I was like, whoa, that's them fighting words right there. You never know, man. It's little shit like that you do, man, while you trying to get fame and what have you, and come back to haunt you, man. Like I say, man, it's disgusting. And, like I say, maybe Purple probably wouldn't have took him one-on-one. He probably would have still took the hell. But, like I say, I always wish the good guy the best in that situation, man. And that's just how I do it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to get up out of here. And, like I say, y'all can let me know, in the comments down below. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can donate. PayPal is in the links in the description. And do y'all thing, man. Let me know, what it is you do. And your thoughts on this situation. Because mine is this here, man. Look, dude. That kid, like I say, kid is like 10 times harder than a fist, but I think you was a pussy, dog, and not following him after that, dog. I mean, he actually hit you, dog. So, like I say, that's that millennial pussy shit. But, hey, like I say, get your weight up with your hate, dog, and pay him back when you're bigger, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can tell you, Purple. So, hey, I'm gonna let you get up out of here. And I'm going to go like, you know what I'm saying? This is Big Ace. Chi-Town, Chi-Town, Chi-Town.